Good morning, Vietnam. Checking in here on Friday, December 5th, 8:09 a.m. into the first trade. And here's why. We got an early morning gift of this beautiful pre-market flush. Took out these levels, overnight. It had a nice little run up. Then we took out 82, we hovered at between 82 and 77, and then the flush happened. It went all the way down, tested 56, regained itself at 60, and now is on its way to 69. I got in at 63. Wait, go back. Yeah, right there. Just two contracts. When it does this type of move early, I just want to kind of put a feeler out there so you can see we're heading up towards my final take profit. Right there, we've got our stop loss in above break even. Break even's at 63 right now. So I got it at 64 on the stop loss, and I have take profit at 69, which is the next level. A lot of times what I will do is put it at like 68.50 just to make sure, but because it's just one contract left, it is going to get to 69 today, but it also is resistance. And if you recall, or if you want to rewatch it, at the very end of yesterday's video, and right before our very eyes, it went down to like 46, and I said maybe before the end of the day it goes back to 69, and it did. If I would have been gutsy, I would have taken that trade live, but I already had a really good day on the board. In fact, I did make one more little baby trade and then got stopped out. So I think I was at like 24 something when we talked yesterday, and then I added like another $100 to it. So now, would it surprise me if this thing back tests? No, but in fact, at this moment, I'd probably just move the stop loss up to like 66.25, just so I just feel good about. Wait a minute, this thing's in my way. I can't. So we'll just leave it. Now it's going to force me to take profit at 69 for the moment until I get off the air here. So that was a nice move, a nice opportunity. So that is the first opportunity of the day. There will be others. Something to look at is inflation data is going to come out at 9 a.m. Central Time. So be aware of that, because whatever the news is, there will be a reaction. There will be another flush today unless it turns into a trend day. So if that news is very positive for the markets and the economy, then it could easily be a trend day. And a trend day maybe happens 15-20% of the time. Most of the time, as the insiders call it, it's an inside day, which there's a high and a low set, and it just bounces back and forth between that during the day. Now, even during those inside days, there's going to be 1, 2, 3 opportunities a day to make a trade similar to what we've been identifying here, where these patterns repeat themselves. Flush down, regain some level strength, and then back up we go. Short squeeze. Um, so that is what I wanted to share with you this morning, because it's not too late to be in this trade, because if 69 pops aggressively, it is definitely going back to 77, today. But be aware of the news at 9 a.m. Central. Be prepared for that. In fact, I would definitely have a tighter stop, even though I only have one contract left, or maybe I wouldn't. Because sometimes if you notice, and this happens often, it'll make an aggressive move and then it will immediately turn back around and retrace that move within seconds or minutes. So something that I've noticed in the market as well. Looks like, did we get the profit? We did. So we can take the stop loss off. We're up 400 on two contracts. The first one I took off. So my average when I first got in, I bought a contract at 64 and I bought a contract at 63. So 63.50 was my original cost basis. And then I like to take that first one early just in case, just put a little money in the skinny jeans. And I took that off at 66. So 66 and 69 equaled $400 in the profit. We're right at the VWAP right now. So it could, we're finding ourselves at resistance for sure, but it breaks through and then it will pop to 77. Maybe not this moment, but it will do that today if we can get through 69. But we'll see how long it takes to get through that. And if it even does Yeah, it's gonna try. It's gonna try now. Let's go to this. Yeah, it's gonna make a little move here. Am I concerned when I leave that money on the table? I'm really not, especially on these early trades. And another factor that may have me open a different brokerage account for trading futures is that, and I keep nagging them, with futures, Robinhood does not have a trailing stop loss. That would change my trading completely. It would definitely add more money to the fanny pack and the Velcro wallet. So I wouldn't have to manually trade these. And what I have a tendency to do basically every time is I will take profit early just so I don't have to keep watching the markets. I can go down and watch, reruns of different strokes. Um, but I just wanted to come on and let you know what I'm thinking today. Let's go back and look at the levels again. So, we flushed through levels and then regained strength, got into a target of 60. From 60, you got to watch it though. You don't, if it just hits 60, it doesn't mean it's time to trade. You got to see what is the reaction to that level. Is it just going to test it and then head back down? Because it will do that and flush through more levels. But it captured it. I felt I normally would have waited till 65 and it would be safer to wait till 65, but that's why I just went in with 2 contracts just to give it a test in case we were making the bounce. We were making the bounce, so I got rewarded with $400 there. But from here, 77's next. It will happen today. It could happen before the news. It will, if the news is positive. I mean, this will likely be testing the 6,900 today with good inflation data. But again, not, unless you're a cowboy, and I might be a cowboy. If it gets another flush before the news, I'll take a position and then have a pretty tight stop loss in case we do get that monster pop and I can grab some of that dough, the ray, and the me, the dollar bills, y'all. So that is the morning. Going to head over to the YMCA with my lady friend. We call her my wife, and enjoy the 0-degree weather. Currently feels negative 15 here in the snow fields of Valparaiso, Indiana. Thanks for checking in. Like, subscribe, comment, share this video and this channel with a lovable friend, and I'll see you in the next video.